Hey guys, it's Kyle Webster and Audrey Goetz with Disc Golf Missouri, and we're back with the back nine of round 2 of the Taneycomo Throwdown.
Yeah, we're going into the back nine of the Branson Trails course here, and it looks like Lewis and Andrew are both shooting even right now. So the front nine was kind of trying for everyone, so hopefully someone's going to be taking a lead here in the back nine.
Yeah, they're hoping to string up some birdies on this back nine. 8 par 3s, only 1 par 4 on this back nine on the par 58 Branson Trails. So let's see what they can do. Hole 10, par 3, 309 feet. First of these birdies that they're looking to get. Pretty open tee shot. You got to shoot a gap early, but they're just trying to have a straight finish or even a finish to the left. Basket's tucked right here behind these little guardian trees, and if they can get a clean tee shot, it's a pretty birdieable hole.
Mm-hmm.
So HENRIK, he made a big putt on the end of the video on the front nine, and he takes the box here. So hyzer flip from HENRIK, and it's a little right, and it didn't look like it fought through any of those trees at all. I don't see a birdie look at all.
Yeah, that looks pretty rough to get around.
So we have Andrew. Looks like he's throwing one of his drones. He's a big fan of the drone. And nice straight shot. So he looks like he just played for that straight finish.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to rely on making a putt. It's kind of a downhill green. It's a good green to be an aggressive putt, to throw an aggressive putt. So
right.
I think he's going to like what he has there.
This gap right off the tee looks pretty small.
Yeah, the trees are kind of staggered, so you gotta throw it forward. You don't have much room for error.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like 60 feet to 100 feet off the tee at the most.
Oh, okay.
And you saw Lewis, he threw a sidearm, put a little angle on it, came in a little short, but he looks like he has a look for birdie.
Yep.
And then Weston hanging it out right, and
oh no.
well, are we gonna call that a tourney roll? I mean that's
was awesome.
Yeah, fortunate roll. I bet you he doesn't expect that. He's gonna walk up and be happy to find that thing parked. And then we saw HENRIK chip into this spot, and bang. Nice. That's a heck of a start to the back nine. 7 par. His putter was hot to finish the front nine in.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, that was left, a little strong, and there's that trail roll. It's rolling down the trail. And bang.
Great putt.
Just continuing to putt strong.
With authority. Yeah. Downhill, too.
Yeah, he did
nice.
No fear. So, confident kid. And dang it.
No.
Left side again for Lewis. And not away.
Yeah, that's rough.
He didn't want to start the back nine with a bogey, especially when he put it in the circle off the tee.
Right.
And then easy birdie for Weston. He probably won't know until he sees this video how fortunate that roll was. So hole 11, par 3, 318. Another pretty open shot. You can kind of see the hill slants left to right. And then it's tucked right here around the corner. It's got a guardian bush, you see on the right here, and then there's actually a creek on the left, and they dammed it up. So if you're surrounded by water, you're OB on this hole.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a tight laning area. You see Andrew going with a skip shot.
Nice.
And we'll have to see how it ended up. Like I said, there's that guardian bush on the left down there.
Yeah.
And you come in a little short, and you don't really have a look for birdie at all. And Weston, he's flirting with that dam I just talked about.
Oh, no.
And he's looking for that safe call. We didn't get it, so we're going to have to wait and see until we get down there. And then HENRIK, looks like it slipped out. You see it's raining. At this point, it was pretty much a downpour, but light rain, just a lot of it.
Look at this.
That was a different shot for Lewis. I didn't see him throw many over.
Look at that.
Yeah, parks
Worked
it.
Out.
Wow. So that's a great way to bounce back after that bogey. And then HENRIK, wow.
Oh!
Did
he bounce off of it?
Off the top.
Dang.
So great run.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a look for par. And Andrew, like I said, no look, just settled to lay up. And Weston was safe. So here's a long putt for birdie. He was just short of that dam. And one more half a foot, let's say, and he's OB. And tickled some chains. And Weston was close all day.
Yeah.
He's
all over it.
I know he switched to the prime or retro. I'm sorry, retro.
Mm-hmm.
Nice putt there from HENRIK. He switched to the retro plastic for the rain, and I'm not sure if that's his normal, if he's used to that or not. But he didn't seem to have it dialed in.
Yeah.
He was close all day.
That'll make a big difference.
Birdie for Lewis, and what's this? Now that is smooth. That's just smooth, and that's how you birdie in style. That guy's got his rain game in check. And Weston holds out his par, and I guess Andrew's going to come down and hold out his par as well. So Lewis with the lone birdie on this hole pulls out a thumber and crashes some tree branches and parks it
just like that.
And then finishes it off in style as well with the umbrella theatrics. Okay, hole 12. Par 3, really short hole, 170 feet. There is some elevation on it, so it plays longer than 170. I'd say at least 200. We'll just say that. And it favors a sidearm, but if you have a nice flippy putter, maybe a mid-range, it works as well if you're a backhand right-hand player. Lewis chose a sidearm route and gives it a scare.
Nice.
Yeah. So great looking shot from Lewis. And he likes that sidearm. He likes throwing some overhand shots. It looks like. And Andrew, you don't see him throwing many flicks. He goes with the backhand and didn't hit the gap. You know, there's really one main thing to do on this hole is just hit the gap, and it kind of funnels you right towards the basket.
Right.
And here you go, Weston. I just barely nicked that branch, and it caused it to flare out a little bit left of the basket. Yeah. And so he's going to have himself a look, though. HENRIK, I think he hit that same branch that Weston did.
Yeah.
But he didn't get so lucky. That was just straight rejection.
That's a tough turnover shot.
Yeah. And here, this just shows how uphill it is. And tough break. Catches that early tree, and now he's left with a long putt for par. And I think they went through the chains. So HENRIK's going to look like he's going to settle for a 4. And here's Presnell for a long birdie.
Oh, that band.
That tagged the band. And here's Weston for his birdie.
Is he putting through these trees or just off to the side? Oh, to the side.
Yeah, look off the top. So, yeah, it looked like he just went around those trees. And, man, it's a little lower. Like I said, he was close all day. And just couldn't really just center it.
Yeah.
And nice birdie from Lewis. That was easy. That's 2 in a row.
Great hole, yeah.
So after that bogey on hole 10, he's really bounced back with 2 in a row.
He's fired up now.
Yeah. And HENRIK, tough bogey. You don't want to get a bogey on such a short hole. Yeah. But this Trails course, I mean, if you don't hit the gap, if you don't throw the shot that's required, you get punished.
Meant to stay in that fairway.
Meant to stay in the fairway.
Yeah.
You know, they challenge you. And Andrew and Weston hole out with their pars, and we're heading to hole 13. And so this is the lone par 4 on the back 9, 551. You know, you got to hit the gap. You're kind of flying over a creek bed right here. Not much water in it at all. And then you have a straight 90-degree left turn at about, I'd say, 400 feet. And
so it's 2 placement shots, basically.
Yeah, it's 1 placement shot. Maybe if you get a great skip left, perfect distance, and then you can set yourself up for a shot to that green.
Yeah.
And it's uphill, and it's on a hillside, so it's a tough upshot. It's by no means an easy par 4.
Right.
So Lewis leading us off here, and perfect distance control,
great
huge
shot.
skip. He's looking at it.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's looking great for his second shot.
Yep.
Sitting pretty. Okay, and here's Andrew. Man, this is a beautiful hole. Little wide. It's tracking right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it hit a tree and it kicked down, but, you know, it could have been worse. He made it basically all the way down the fairway before hitting anything.
Right.
So he's still looking good for probably a birdie. And then Weston saws it off a little bit, but he's on the edge. I mean, there's the green. You can see the basket sitting at the top of that hill there.
Yeah.
And if Weston has a chance to find a gap, he might be able to poke out to get himself a look for a birdie there. And then Heinrich, similar looking shot to Weston, and
good kick.
Great kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's looking at a good spot for a 3 as well. Here's Andrew. Great looking mid-range shot. It fought through.
Mm-hmm.
I was worried he got knocked down into that ditch. There is a little creek down there at the bottom. Water is casual, but it's way uphill. Yeah, it looks like he rolled down there to that creek, but way uphill from the bottom there.
Yeah.
So making a putt is pretty huge if you make a putt from down there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Weston snuck one out.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking at a putt for birdie as well after landing in the rough.
Yeah.
So kind of a forgiving hole, actually.
Great shot.
And just textbook.
Yeah.
Threw it in the center, throws a sidearm, parks it.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis is going to be happy with that one. And there's that uphill putt that Heinrich was left with. Jumped it and still came up short. Tough putt. And Weston showing off those world-class putting skills.
Great putt.
Drains it.
Wow.
So that's great. That's good for Weston. He's needing something, you know. He's got to get something going here on the back nine. And then here's Andrew. Long putt himself. Just short. You know, it's still an uphill putt from there. He was almost basket level, but it's on a hillside. And there's Lewis. Easy birdie. So very happy with that one, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then Heinrich,
That's a turkey for him, huh?
3 in a row. Yeah, 3 in a row for Lewis.
Bang.
So that's how you get going on the back nine. You finish the front nine at even. Rough start on hole 10, but now he's 3 in a row, so he's feeling good.
Wow.
And the rest of the guys hold out with their pars, and we're heading in the hole 14. So you can see this one's uphill, par 3, 330 feet. Really tough par 3.
Yeah.
If you get this one, you piped it. It's a tough uphill shot, and the basket is by no means a easy location. You kind of got to clear the hill and then fly another 30 to 40 feet, and then it's kind of protected by some hills.
Yeah.
By some trees on a hill. I'm sorry. But Lewis piping it, and it's a great looking shot, but you want to finish to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So he's still left with a really long putt there, and it's kind of a dangerous putt on a hillside. So I don't see him running it for a real 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if Weston can give it a look. He's more on the inside where you want to be, but again, turning it over, not giving it a real chance to hunt towards the basket.
Yeah.
This is a really pretty looking hole. Now, Andrew being more aggressive towards the basket.
In the rough.
But he didn't. Yep, left it a little inside. That's a good look at the basket there.
Yeah.
Andrew left it a little inside. He didn't get up the hill. He's not left with an easy look for birdie at all. Most likely going to be just pitching out for that par. And Heinrich, tree-eyed.
Poor guy.
So beautiful hole, but not the spot you want to be.
Right.
Way uphill, and that's kind of a favorable roll towards the basket.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you how uphill it is right here with Andrew's second shot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in jail, and getting out like that. That's a win.
Right.
You know, he's looking at an easy 3, get out of here clean. And then Weston, long look for birdie.
Even it a run.
He definitely gave it a run.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. A little bit more left, and that's fading down a hill. So that's a great looking bid. I'm sure that he was wary of that hillside. And there's Heinrich just pitching out. He's going to be taking a 4 on this one. And Lewis, that's a good bid, but not a real birdie look at all. Just going to be laying up for that 3.
Yeah. Safe.
So everybody's cleaning up their pars. Heinrich's going to be the lone bogey on this hole. And we're going to move on to another par 3.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful course.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the conditions they're playing in. Yeah. Still raining at this point, but not so bad. And the course has been hit with water all day, so it's muddy.
Yeah.
And these guys are having to be light on their feet. So hole 15, par 3, 301 feet. And this is on a hillside the whole way.
Yeah.
Pretty tough hole. They're going to be trying to throw turnovers, most likely. Backhand turnovers, trying to use the stability of the disc to keep it in the air.
Yeah, trying to land flat that way.
Trying to land flat, yeah. And you might even see some sidearms because the sidearm plays from the left to the right, and the basket does sit to the right, kind of a horseshoe shape fairway on this hole.
Yeah.
There is another fairway to the right, but you don't see many people using it because it's a much longer throw that way. Not a good start for Lewis on this hole. You don't want to hit first available because you have a whole lot of a right turn to make after you hit that gap. And Weston hanging it out wide, but a very favorable kick. Because anywhere on the fairway on this hole is good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a par 3, but honestly it plays like a par 4.
Wow.
And then Andrew.
He looks like he's just playing a safe touch shot right there.
Yeah, he didn't really, he wasn't super aggressive. He just kind of threw it in the air and made it in the fairway. And then Heinrich, great bid. I mean, he put it towards the green. It's way uphill from where he landed. It's tough to tell from that look. And see,
no.
Oh, that was a favorable tree. If he didn't catch it, that disc could still be flying. And that's way down a mountainside. Yeah. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just muddy, slick. But, this course saw a lot of rain. The whole state of Missouri saw a lot of rain. So, everywhere in the state's going to be muddy and wet like this. And it really wasn't that bad of conditions for what the course saw.
Right.
So, Andrew finds his footing, and he puts it under the basket.
Mm-hmm.
Easy 3. So, hey, that's 2 holes in a row where Andrew just kind of scrambled, and he's looking at easy 3s and getting out there clean. And Weston still struggling on the back 9 here.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Bounces back, puts it on the green. Mm-hmm. And here's Lewis for par. And he gives it a run. Kind of scares it there with that sidearm.
Yeah.
So here's Heinrich, and this is actually his tee shot. And, that's way uphill between some trees.
Mm-hmm.
Great bid, but, he's going to have to settle for his 3, which is a good score on this hole compared to the card.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a bogey for Lewis there, and Weston's going to take a bogey as well. And after a nice scramble, Andrew took his par. So moving on. Hole 16, par 3, 231 feet, another short hole, and another, I'm going to say, must-get birdie hole.
Yeah.
In this pin placement, it's right in front of this rock wall, so you can throw an aggressive backhand or forehand into this wall. And
just run it.
Just run it, and a forgiving kick is going to put you on the green, and you could even ace it.
Wow.
And so Andrew, backhand putter shot.
Great.
Played it into the ground, parked it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even have to throw a putt. And then here's Heinrich, moving up on the tee pad here after a good hole. And here's an example of using that wall to your favor. Just hands it to him. It just ricochets right to the basket. So that looks like a gimme 2 there for Heinrich. Lewis throwing a very similar line. A little bit more stable looking disc and off the wall.
Nice.
A little deep. But it's 5 feet, 10 feet away from the wall. Anything near the basket on the wall is parked on this hole. You don't want to finish left at all on this hole. Anything early that kicks left is way down a ravine, way down a hill. Mm-hmm. You don't really see it on this video because all these guys threw great tee shots. But anything early left is danger. This short 215-foot hole all of a sudden could be double bogeyed real fast.
Right.
That's chipping away to the hole. So all these guys threw great tee shots. They knew what they needed to do on this hole. There's Heinrich happy with that too, getting a birdie.
Yay.
And played the hole well. So birdies for everybody on this hole. A star frame.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Heading into hole 17 with some confidence. Pretty course.
Mm-hmm.
That wall is, that's something. The Ozark Mountains.
So pretty.
So hole 17, par 3, 251 feet. And this, it's 251 feet, but it's uphill the whole way. The big theme of this course, playing up a mountain. And there's a fairway to the right that everybody sees, but there's actually a sneaky left side fairway that, if you got a good sidearm or even a good hyzer flip, it plays into the hill. That it's a useful line, and you see Andrew taking it right here.
Yeah.
It's that sneaky left side gap playing into the hill, and it funnels right to the basket.
Great shot.
Great pro move there.
Yeah.
He plays like a pro. He's plays like a seasoned player, but he's new to the game, and the kid's got potential.
Yeah.
HENRIK, he went for the traditional gap here, and he pulled it a little wide. And you don't want to pull it wide on this hole. If you get any kicks to the right, you're going down the hillside. It looks like HENRIK stayed pretty clean for the most part to the basket.
Yeah.
And then Lewis, sidearm. And he wasn't happy with it. He thought it came up pretty short, but from the second camera angle, you can see that he put it pretty close.
Yeah.
He's going to have a good look for birdie. Weston just hoping that disc doesn't take a roll. He's trying to finish this round. He's not having his best day, but he's still playing strong.
Yeah.
And a great looking up shot from Weston, throwing it up the hill with an understable putter. Understable putters work great uphill. And that was a great looking shot from Weston. HENRIK, no real look for two there. So he's just putting it close for an easy 3 and bang.
Nice.
Lewis has like a great looking putt for like uphill putts, that nose up spin putt.
Right.
It seems to just fly uphill and very straight.
Yeah.
So that's a great looking putt. And Weston continuing to struggle.
He's been having a rough time with that.
Yeah, left side, weak side, left side for Weston Isaacs. He's going to be taking a 4, and Andrew taps out his 2. Great hole for Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Not sure what he threw there, but nice, easy hyzer flip turnover into the hillside, funneled right to the basket, drop in birdie. And then HENRIK settles for his par. Didn't have the cleanest tee shot, but clean up shot under the basket, takes his 3. Okay, final hole of the Branson Trails par 58 layout. Par 3, 338 feet. Very tough par 3 in my opinion. It could be labeled as a tweener, but it's very birdieable. We'll see some great tee shots here, especially one from Andrew. You're really just going to see a turnover, backhand, right-hand turnover with a little bit of stability, just trying to hit a gap. The gap, the line of this hole, the shape of this tunnel, it's perfect for this type of tee shot, but you have to hit the gap.
Yeah.
Similar to many of the other holes, if you're in the fairway, you're clean, you're comfortable. You don't want to hit anything and kick early, because then you're scrambling just to get back there for par. So Lewis had a really good looking sidearm, but just a little skinny. And same case for HENRIK. He threw his backhand a little skinny, and he catches those tree branches that are just guarding that first corner. And a little wide on that sidearm from Weston. And he's down in this little road path that they had for the ATVs to drive down, and it might set him up for a nice looking chance for a 3 on this hole, a nice par save. So we'll see what he has. And then here's HENRIK. He's trying to size up this shot. It's uphill, finish to the right, so he's really gotta throw something understable, and he just too much angle on it. It's a tough turn to finish uphill and not hyzer route. Honestly, that was a great finish for what he had.
Half the battle sometimes is just trying to find or throw a disc that's actually going to land flat with the ground when you're playing on elevation. And in cases like that, it's just so hard to.
Yeah, just ground game and playing angles and then dealing with the elements as well. This course is really challenging in what it demands from the players. You saw Lewis pitching up close to the basket. His red disc is close there. And then that was Weston. Great looking second shot there to get on the green. He's looking at saving par from a spot that most players probably don't even know exists.
Right.
It's way down to the left, out of sight, but he made it work.
Yeah.
And then here's HENRIK. This is his 3rd, and he scared it there.
Yeah.
Just a nice little flick.
It did.
Yeah. And then here's Presnell off from. This is where his tee shot landed. A little bit more to the right, and he's in the circle, but he's outside the circle here. Gives it a look, and I mean, 6 inches higher, and he's sneaking that over the rim.
Awesome that it stayed.
Yeah,
no roll.
Yeah, no roll. You know, he gave it a great bid, and he was rewarded with a soft, landing.
Yep.
And then here's Weston staring down a scary putt for par.
Yeah.
Dead center.
There you go.
Great finish. Death putt.
Yeah.
If he misses that, it's nothing but, hillside.
Right.
He's flying down there into the woods.
Yep.
So great looking putt from Weston, and then there's a great scramble from Lewis to finish the round.
Mm-hmm.
Takes his par, and HENRIK holes out with his bogey. It was great having HENRIK on the card today. Pleasure having someone from overseas, playing in Missouri.
Yeah.
HENRIK won't be joining us tomorrow on the lead card, but Andrew will. Great par from Andrew. And also joining us on the lead card will be James Conrad, Micah Funderburg, and our leader, Lewis Bitney. So that's going to be an exciting card.
Awesome.
On the great Branson Cedars Treehouse course.
I love that course.
It's a great course, and that's actually the course that you and I first met.
Yeah.
So a little backstory on us there, but yeah, it'll be on the Branson Cedars Resort Treehouse course. Be sure to tune in on that, and be sure to check us out on our social media pages, Disc Golf Missouri on Facebook and Instagram, and tune in for more. We have a lot to show you guys this year. Thanks for checking it out.
Thanks.